Now that we have our optimal alignment, that we've gone through the mapping, the trim primers, remove or detect indel structural variants, prepared the guidance, perform local realignment, it's time to do some variant calling. So the module that we're going to use for variant calling is called fixed Ploidy variant detection. And by fixed Ploidy, we're talking about a Ploidy of 1. Usually we'll use this for bacterial or viral pathogens. So we'll select that. And let's bring this down, create a little room. Let's get rid of the realigned regions track. And the region track we're going to feed into this here. Now, for the output, let's have 3 outputs. We'll do all 3 for now, so we could see what they look like. And we also want to rename this workflow, as we always do. Let's get rid of some of this Kaijin stuff here. Let's call this step 8 variant calls, fixed Ploidy variants. We'll save that in workflows. Close down, make more room over there. Okay, so we have this on, and let's look at the options we have here for configuration. So for this algorithm, we're not going to accept the default variables. Just from experience, I like to, first we have to change it to 1 Ploidy. For this required variant probability, we can look at the help menu here and find a description on that. So once again, I love these help menus. Ploidy and sensitivity, it has 2 parameters. Ploidy level helps you set or defines a statistical model that will be used during variant detection analysis. And let's see down here. The variant probability parameter defines how good the evidence has to be at a particular site for the tool to report a variant at that location. Okay. So we're going to leave that at 90, but we're a Ploidy value of 1. And then rarely are we going to have this issue with this variable here. But when it comes to the minimum coverage, minimum count, on some of the SARS-CoV-2 sequences I've seen, maybe you'll get down to a coverage of 5. And then for a variant, when you have that 5, let's say, and these are just my preference for what we're going to look at here. If you're going to have that low coverage, we want it on all of them. And for the most part, with these variant calls, really only interested in those things above 70%. So we'll leave it at that. Let's go next. And we'll leave the rest of these variables as the default, rest of these parameters. Okay, and we'll finish there. Workflow must be saved. Let's save. It's saved. And let's run this and see what the results are. So run, grab our reads from earlier, and all the default values. We will save it in results, new folder, step 8. Fixed Ploidy variant detection. Okay, and finish. And we'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, it's taken a couple minutes, but the run is done. So let's look at the results. Let's go into here. So we have 3 things we want to look at: the variant track, the variant table, the variant report. Let's look at the report. And you can see here is a variant report that you could use. I rarely use this for anything. Let's see. What do we have here? Okay, this is our variant track. This is what's nice to look at, and you'll see more about this later when you have this variant track and you're using it with your genome or with your BAM alignments, because you can click this thing here, and then you'll see your list of variants with the, I find this table extremely useful. Like I said, I clicked on this button here and you'll see a nice list of all your variants with all the different parameters. And I'm not sure if it'll do it on this one. It'll scroll into there, and this is very useful when we're comparing tracks at the end, where you'll get to see where your variant falls in the read mapping, so you could do some manual confirmation. But we will use this variant track for later. And then lastly, this is just the report, which you can essentially get out of the variant track with that, where is it? Right up here that we hit. Okay, so we've detected our variants. And once again, a lot of these things individually aren't as valuable as when we bring this all together at the end. So for now, we have our variant calls. We know that we're going to want to save our variant table. We're not going to keep our variant report. We can save this. And now we're going to move on to creating a few other tracks that we're going to need to look at in combination with the basic variant detection, to look at our overall view of our viral strain. So stay tuned for the next one.